Hey guys, Kat here, and today I'm going to be reviewing American Mary. It's a horror thriller and it was fantastic. It was by the Soska sisters, also known as Twisted Twin Productions, and it was beautiful. It was directed, written by, and produced by these beautiful, sexy ladies that I got to meet at Fan Expo, and I loved it. I've watched it twice in the last 7 days, and I'm probably gonna watch it again. I am gonna hold on to this movie forever. This is about a woman, and it's played by Katharine Isabelle, and she's beautiful. She's sexy and cute and evil, all the same thing. Ugh, I love her. She is a med student. She's studying to be a surgeon, very promising, and then she gets disenchanted by the whole world of surgery and school and gets tempted into the life of easy money doing underground surgeries or body modifications. And the modifications are crazy. You guys will see them obviously when you see the movie, and twisted, and you wonder who would want them, but at the same time some of them you kind of think could be cool. Now the main character, again, Katharine Isabelle, is fantastic. Her acting is spot on. She fits, her costumes fit her perfectly. Everything looks like it was made exactly for her, down to things like her jackets. She wears lingerie at one point. Even her surgical outfits are perfect. They fit her to a T, and they work with the character so well. You also get to see her grow throughout the movie. You see her start off as this girl who's very excited to be in school and really wants to become a good surgeon, and you watch the transformation as she heads down this darker path of all of this underground body modification. Antonio Cupo is another main character. He is the Gentleman's Club owner, and he is an interesting character as well. You don't really know what's going on with him. He has these fantasies randomly that are dark and twisted and kind of sexy in a way. To a point. You'll see what I mean when you watch the movie. He also does a great job as being sort of the sleazy guy who sort of has a bit of a crush on her and doesn't really know what to do with it because, you know, he's an unsavory dude and this girl's all sweet and lovely, at least at the beginning. Then there's Tristan Risk. Her character looks uncannily like Betty Boop, and she plays it really well. She does the voice and the mannerisms and everything like that, and then whoever did the special effects makeup on this, you're amazing. The way they changed her face as well, there's another character who's supposed to look like Barbie, great job there, and all of the different parts that they show of the surgeries, it all looks really great and very, very realistic, so great job there on all the special effects. I also got to interview her as well as the Soska twins, so if you guys are interested in seeing that, at the end of the video we'll put that interview as well as another one of the great filmmakers in Canada making horror films. They're all women, so of course I have a special place for all of them in my heart, and they are very interesting ladies. You should check out the movies that they've been making. Another reason I think this movie was so good to me was because the soundtrack was so dark. There was a bunch of classical music in it, which I really liked, Ave Maria and things like that, which went really, really well with the surgery parts. It lended itself well. And then there were these other dark trip-hop sort of songs, like the one song called Loser, that I loved, and I know I'm gonna be addicted to it. I'm gonna be listening to it every single day on repeat forever. Ugh, it's so good. Now I have to point out that this isn't a horror movie in the sense of boo, oh you're scared, and it's not a horror movie in the sense of ghosts. It's a horror movie in the sense that you see gore. You see blood and guts and gross things, and that's a little bit of horror that you get. And also just the plot itself follows a really twisted route that you would only ever see in a horror film. My overall score would have to be a 9 out of 10 for this. I loved it. There were only a few little parts that didn't quite do it for me. There was the odd scene that didn't seem like it was shot quite as beautifully as the rest of the movie, and there was the odd little bit of dialogue, but even, I can't even, you know, 1 point is barely anything. It was so well done. The soundtrack, the cinematography looked great, the casting was fantastic, the acting was spot on, the special effects looked really good. Soska sisters, you guys are amazing. Jen and Sylvia, you're so fantastic. And Miss Risk was also great in this. It is definitely a movie I highly recommend. I think you guys will get addicted to watching it, kind of in the sense I have, if you have the same taste in films that I do. It's really, really dark, a little bit sexy, a little bit creepy, a little bit twisted. It's sort of in this really interesting realm, and I think you guys will really like it. You guys have to watch it. American Mary by the Twisted Twins. Hey, I'm Kat, and I'm at Fan Expo with Alyssa Lobet, the writer and star of Among Friends, which is a fantastic horror film. We were lucky enough, we got screeners of it the other day. Oh my god, what a great idea. So it's an 80s themed dinner party, and then the woman throwing it, which is this lovely lady right here, starts hurting everybody, torturing them because they've been very bad friends, and it's insane. So what was your inspiration for this film, and what made you decide like to do an 80s theme? Or
the inspiration actually was life.
Friends being shitty?
Yeah, exactly. Friends being crappy people, and actually just kind of taking that idea and going, if I could make my friends pay for things that they've done to me, then how, what would I do? I'm very lucky and I have good friends now, and now everyone else.
We've all been there. We've all been there. Yeah.
Now everyone knows be a good friend to me. But yeah, so basically Jennifer Blanc Bean is a producer on the show too, and she came to me and asked me if I had any ideas, and I had this one kind of fucked up idea, and she said, that's great. I think Danielle Harris might be interested because Danielle was looking for her directorial debut.
Yep.
And so,
are you a fan of hers? Did you like catch her?
I didn't know who she was before, but now that once we met, and she was like, yeah, I've done a bunch of horror movies. She gave me a stack of them.
Nice.
And I watched a ton of her
Harris
movies.
marathon.
Yeah, I really did. And so yeah, horror to me is always, it's something that I don't really like to say that I like because I get scared really easily.
Oh, me too. I jump. I'm that girl that screams in the theater.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do love that rush of watching a movie. I mean, even these guys there's the Walking Dead zombie guys, they freaked me out every time. I know they're actors. I know they're actors, but they still freak me out.
It's an ambiguity,
Yeah.
It could be someone evil. Who knows?
Right.
Fair enough. So was it intimidating at all to be directed by Danielle with all the horror stuff that she's done?
I wouldn't call it intimidating, but she's really a little dynamo. She got the nickname, like people were calling her a little Napoleon on set because she's a powerhouse, even though she's kind of tiny. And it wasn't intimidating so much as I just knew I could trust her and rely on her because she's so versed in the genre and in horror that it was just something we could always go to her if there was any kind of question about anything because she just knows the world so well. So, although she did crack the whip quite a bit with us. So there was a couple times where, in her directing, she was pushing her actors really, really far. And
do you remember what like the hardest scene was, or the hardest little bit to get for you?
We shot in order, so
really?
yeah.
Nice. That's nice.
So it kind of as the tension ratchets down, the entire cast could feel that, and Danielle would just kind of dig, and she went after me a couple times, and that stuff does end up in the movie where she's basically, my character does unravel a bit, and Danielle knew she needed me to get there, and so there was a few times where she would call cut, and I'd be like, oh, like off in a corner, and then, but it worked, and it works for the movie.
So would you say that's how you got, like, because you have a lot of really like creepy close-ups of you, like clearly scheming, like, would you say that was a main help to get that, or was there something else you thought of during that?
When I act, I guess I'm kind of one of those method actors. I don't really like saying that, but I just immersed myself in it, and because we shot so fast, we shot in 10 days. So we were all, it was kind of like an intense summer camp of horror where we all were there, and we just kind of, we lived it and breathed it, and in fact just kind of let the movie and the tension between everyone take over as we were shooting. So that by the end of it, there was, it was emotionally draining. It was like a roller coaster for sure.
10 days, wow. Crazy.
It was very fast, yeah.
Any projects on the go right now? Are you writing something else?
I do. I have another kind of psychological horror called Seven Remain, and I'm putting that together right now, so hopefully we'll be able to look for it in 2014.
Awesome.
And yeah, just going around with Among Friends is You can get it in the U.S. and in Canada starting on the 27th, and that's going to be on DVD and online, video on demand, all that stuff.
Awesome,
So,
awesome.
yeah.
So you guys can look for it there and see this talented lady in action being really evil.
I'm really nice though.
You are, you're lovely. Perfect. Well, I'm here in the best position ever. There's like an audience of guys who are really jealous right now.
There's an audience of guys? No way. That's so weird.
Never happens. So I'm with all these talented women. Please, please tell the folks here at home who you lovely ladies are.
I'm Jen Saska. And I'm Sylvia Saska. And we're the Twisted Twins.
And I'm Tristan Risk, an actress in some of their movies.
Exactly. So we were fortunate enough to get an interview with you guys. You are horror queens, clearly.
No, go on.
I've been stalking your YouTube channel. Like I even watched when you met Sean Austin.
Oh my god, you did?
Yeah. Oh, I stalked you good. You guys are so cool that you guys actually do little videos when you can't make your shows. Yeah. You're like, oh, thanks for watching your screening. I think it's so cool that you guys do that.
Oh, you're totally fan.
And that you guys have all this really special arts training. What kind of stunts are your specialties? Anything in particular?
Alright, I am Jen's more of a kickboxer with kicking, and I'm more of a puncher. I always grew up in video games, and Block Button was horrible, but I found out in real life that if you just keep punching someone, their heart goes down. And I was like, yeah, nailed it. Did you see us at the Fantastic Debates?
I didn't.
You should check it out. We dressed as Katana and Melina, and everyone thought, oh, it's going to be Foxy. Foxy, no, it was straight up. Can I swear?
Yeah.
It was fucking Fight Club.
Nice.
Oh, no, it was amazing. It was so invigorating to get punched in the face. I was like, wow, so that's why you fight the first day you fight. No, and especially because we're looking at WWE now and Cena Evil too. We've already been bothering the wrestlers to teach us how to wrestle, and I kind of want to get the shit out of Bellatrix. Yeah, I kind of really want to do that.
Do it. Everyone will watch it. They will all love it.
They're so mean to Natalia, our Canadian heart queen.
Yeah, don't fucking panic, bitches.
Yeah,
Fuck that shit. Yeah, girls. So another part, I mean, girls made that first trailer against her. They took her in a truck.
Yeah.
And I heard half the audience left, but the other half was cheering so loud that they couldn't even hear the end of the trailer.
Yeah, they played it twice.
It's so bad. And then you got El Mariachi to come and play God.
Oh, I love that. He was so fun. I love that we were on doing an introduction. He actually heard that we were following in their footsteps, and I didn't expect him to get in contact with us and be like, guys, if you need anything, just message me and I'll give you advice. As in like Carlos. Yeah, his accent comes through the emails. We actually met him on Cinco de Mayo, but that's another story.
Oh, and so how was it for you to watch horror movies? Have you had to channel some experience that happened to you, or?
Oh God, no. I go in there and have fun. I have really good material to work with when I go in front of the camera, especially when these two are at the helm. I just read it and go, yeah, I can do that. Because they're like, oh, no one will want to do that. Or someone's going to get whiny, or they're not going to want to take their top off. Meanwhile, I'm already naked. Let's shoot this shit.
It's actually hard to get her to keep it on.
This is as dressed as I ever get. Even so, the boobs keep sneaking out of the top.
I'm sure no one minds. You ladies all look amazing. You're about the hottest ladies here. It's such a good day. Well, thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the expo.
And please stop me.
Oh, yeah.
Hey girls, where can people find you online?
Twisted _twins on Twitter. You can find us at twistedtwinsproductions.net online. And there's a contact line. We answer every email. Although it does take a little while. That's what I'm doing right now. We just don't answer fuck me or make me think something terrible. Really don't understand. We also have an official Tumblr, and please ask me questions because I spend hours and hours getting comical GIFs to respond. So if you want a fucking GIF, ask me Twisted
something.
Twins Army, except without the ED. It's just D.
And where can we find you?
You can find me online at my website, littlemissrisk.ca, or you can follow me on Twitter at @littlemissrisk, and I post lots of inappropriate photos there all the time.
Fantastic.